G-Moose, you out there?
I'm here.
I'm here. I mean, under 5 minutes late. Chip had Visions betting on us. I saw, the under 5 minutes late. I thought it was going to be over. We should have just stuck around in the background for a little while.
Exactly. We could have made some money.
We could have made some money, but it's all right. We can't disappoint our tens of tens. So it is Tuesday night, a busy Tuesday here in the Twitter world. There's no Daniel. There's one zombie, two zombie. What could be better? Two zombie Tuesday.
It's a zombie rush.
Zombie rush. So all good. G-Moose, how are you tonight, brother?
I'm hanging in there. How you doing, zombie?
Good. Like, G-Moose, when you get to a certain age, right? And I'm older than you are, but
not by much.
Not by much, but I'm old enough that now the state of Louisiana says all I need is $5 to go fishing tomorrow. It is
it's when you turn 60?
When you turn 60, I don't even know what I bought. It was like a $5 hunting fee. Essentially, like, you're fucking 60 years old. We're surprised you made it this far. So, like, pay us $5. Right, $5 for the license, $3.50 for the handling fee. The transaction fee, the convenience fee, and away you go. But then I'm like, all right, well, wait. Julie's got the basic Louisiana fishing thing and salt water, and I'm like, yeah. Resident senior hunt fish 60 and older, $5, $3.50 for a convenience fee. Good for a year.
I just re-up mine. Well, mine's on auto renew. I just got the email it renewed yesterday, and it was like $32.50 and then $3.50 for the convenience fee for using it on the internet or whatever. Right. And I know my hunting license will come up in August. So
right. So we go with a gentleman named Captain Drake out of Slidell. And Rocky from St. Rose, his dad, my stepdad, Jerry, Julie and I are going. So
cool.
Got to report. We got to be there ready to launch for 5. So then Julie's in the kitchen putting together the sandwiches and such for
nice.
For all that. So so I'm hoping for a good day tomorrow. It was supposed to be Rocky from St. Rose, his son, my godson, and then his dad. So it's supposed to be my godson's grandfather, father, godfather, but they're pain in my ass, and he's got too many commitments at school during the summer for soccer, football, basketball, hula hoop, all of it. So
it ruined many summers for me too, man. Trust me, that's over with now.
Yeah. So Chip at Vision says G-Moose and Zombie are the Jordan and Pippen, the 1-2 combo.
He's right. He ain't lying.
He ain't lying. I mean, is it Chip? Is it Daniel that's winning championships? I think it's you and me. Right. So then, like I was on the South Shore most of the day today, running around, doing things with the New Orleans Day Drinking Club, which is always fun. And then home, touch base with the missus. Okay, what's going on? Boom, boom, boom. And like 25 minutes trying to figure out, like, how am I getting arrested tomorrow by wildlife and fisheries for not having the right license? I'm like, there's no way like this could be right. $5, but because the thing is, my stepdad didn't tell me that. He's just like, oh yeah, this is what you need. Well, he should remember that, my age. And then when he turned 60, 40 years ago, that he didn't need that either. So anyway. All right. Chip at Visions also says big LSU news day. Is that true there, G-Moose?
A little bit. I had it written down. I got to find it. Man.
Because I didn't look at anything before I jumped on with you. Like literally, I was looking at wildlife and fisheries before I jumped on.
Oh man, let me see. I can't find it now. I had it written down. I don't know what the hell I do with my paper.
But they signed somebody? Like what are they refer? Actually, just tell have the chat tell us. Okay.
Yeah, give me a refresher on the chat.
Yeah. Right. Why is it a big LSU day? I always say I'm going to buy a fishing license.
Will Wade raised $2.5 million at a banquet tonight, at a dinner tonight.
Okay.
For basketball. Couple other reports. It looks like Eastern Royal is going to end up flipping his commitment from Texas to LSU.
What about Florida?
They saying it's LSU, even though he's still committed to Texas. They think he's pretty much a definite flip.
Okay. Well, then that's great news. Well, I mean, the Brother Martin guy better freaking go to LSU. But
right, exactly.
Right. Basketball raised $2.5 million. If Daniel is lurking or listening, I'm pretty sure Will Wade, did you hear this? That he was going to donate that money to the softball program. He went back to reload. So I know that Daniel's excited about that development. Actually, I had lunch with the director of alumni twice in the last couple of weeks over at Brother Martin. Most recently Friday. So better be. $3,500 per person for that dinner with Will Wade last night. I mean, that sounds like a bargain to me. I mean, Daniel's got that kind of scratch, So
and that big gated mansion he lives in.
Yeah, you ain't kidding, man. Like, it's right off of Highland Road. All the swanky people live off of Highland Road in Baton Rouge. So, but yeah. But I mean, like, G-Moose, like you say. Yeah, like, until they sign on the dotted line, there's no point, getting all super excited, getting all not super excited, anything like that. But yeah, good, Good. Your thoughts on the SEC winning the baseball national championship?
Like I said, they got hot at the right time.
Right, because didn't they finish 11th in the SEC?
They were 14 and 16 in the SEC, and they were one and done in the tournament because we beat them, I think, the first round of the tournament.
And that's who your national champion is.
Same thing with Ole Miss back. What was it, 21?
Yeah, I think
2021. They won they had to win the tournament to get in. That's how bad they were. They had to win the tournament. They had no way to get in unless they won the SEC tournament. They won the SEC tournament and went on and won the whole thing.
Right. Get hot at the right time.
Yeah. And North Carolina was a good team. I mean, they played great all year.
Right. I mean, but then LSU signed. I did listen to this one. LSU signed or flipped a wide receiver from the University of Houston. He was committed to the University of Houston, but then I don't know who I was listening to. It had to have been Blake Ruffino, but essentially, like, they'll pay for the Eastern Royals of the high school world. Players that they see, hitting the field as freshmen and making an impact as freshmen. They'll pay big top dollars for those high school recruits, but and they'll pay for depth in a position room like wide receiver,
right.
But they're not putting all of their eggs in one or two wide receivers. They need the depth, especially with the Lane Kiffin offense. So they flipped the wide receiver that was committed to the University of Houston. Modestly, he's a 3-star. Maybe as his season goes along, he bumps up. But there's a method to the madness. Blake was saying. I'm assuming I was listening to Blake, but a method to the madness. Like, okay, we're going to put a lot of money on a lot of different guys, not all of our money on one or two guys, because we need the depth, but then also we need, I'm going to say, G Moose, not give a guy a chance, but like give a guy a chance that would love to come to play at LSU, that's willing to put in the work and the time to get his shot, in year 2, hopefully for him, or, no later than year 3. But then that way you're not paying for a, high school senior who
Right.
doesn't see the field, and then your investment walks in the next transfer portal. So it's
And I
like
think that's Lane's. That seems to be Lane's deal going forward. He wants to get the good guys, but he's not going to. He said it. He said, we will not overspend on a player.
right.
If they want to get beat out, basically what he's saying is like you're saying, sit there and wait till he's in the portal in a year or two, and then you
Right.
get him, for a year, and you pay him his money and do good with it. That's it.
Right. Instead of investing in a senior just to have that ranking and that star, and then he doesn't have a path to the field, and then he gets frustrated and somebody else comes and offers more money, and then boom, like you said, the investment's gone. And it's a salary cap, man. It's like we always make fun of Mickey Loomis with the Saints and the drafting and such. You can say whatever you want about the drafting. They've done well the last 2 drafts, but their ability to manage the cap when they were in cap hell, quote unquote, and it's the same thing in college sports now. You have to have that cap mentality as to how you're going to spend the money that you have. Now, look, we can say, oh, it's easy. You have $40 million, but you're putting $6 million into your quarterback, $6 million into your left tackle. That's a big number in and of itself,
And that's probably 1 year guys.
Right. Now,
So
theoretically,
you're paying him that for 1 year.
Right. I mean, theoretically, Sam Levitt has 2 years left.
Right. If he comes and balls out.
Right. He balls out. He's going to bounce. What about Sorsby? What about the NFL saying, we're not doing a supplemental draft?
No supplemental draft. And honestly, I think it was intentionally because of the gambling stuff. Because that's one thing
100%.
the NFL does not put up with that crap whatsoever. And you know what? Good for them. Good for them. Let them set a precedent.
Go ahead.
Let them set a precedent. So all these other kids that were thinking about doing something like that or whatever, they're going to have that doubt in the back of their mind. Man, look what they did to Sorsby. I can't be doing this.
Right. But you saw Sorsby's attorney. Oh, we're going to court. Like this is violation of the collective bargaining agreement, and we're contacting the NFLPA, and
he's not even a player. How can it violate the collective bargaining agreement? He's not an NFL player, so he has no rights to the collective bargaining because he's never signed or drafted.
Yeah, Chance has said, did y'all read the letter the NFL sent to Sorsby? It was strongly worded, but you haven't really said how you're going to handle your addiction to gambling as an NFL,
It was never addressed how you're going to go forward with it. Exactly.
Right. Now, evidently, Hal, longtime listener, is saying Alan Graves just got picked 19th overall in the NBA draft. So we'll wait, and LSU are trying to get him to forego the draft. Getting drafted 19th overall is not a bad thing. So I guess that's out the window. Chance, thanks for that update. The Pelicans don't even have a first round draft choice this year, correct?
No, I don't think they do.
I don't think they do. So, what the hell are they doing? That organization. I do not know. That's what I say, G Moose. I do not know. How's our NBA reporter, G Moose? How's covering the draft for us? He says, no, your New Orleans Pelicans do not have a first round draft choice.
Yeah, because I saw what's his name? Devin Holdemayo. He was talking something on Twitter earlier today saying, there's nothing for us to look for tonight, blah, blah, blah. Tomorrow's the day. We got to make this happen. And they were talking about 2 possible trades today to get into the first round, but it looks like it didn't happen. So
right. You see this one right here, G Moose, Chip at Visions. I was joking on the huge LSU day, but maybe it was. I mean, we taking jokes from our own tens of tens. Yeah, like I'm like, holy shit! Like I know I was late to the program and late getting home tonight, but what the hell's going on in LSU realm? It's just Chip at Visions. You know, playing the role of oops, all out blitz tonight is Chip at Visions.
I was actually watching some film today from some of the practices. Deuce Gerald's is going to be a problem come fall.
Right.
That guy is a freaking beast.
Well, I mean, they got him from European Professional Football League. The guy's 25 years old. I mean, G Moose, what do you expect? You know, like LSU's just breaking all the rules. Deuce Gerald's is no exception.
It's going to be interesting to see how it goes with that defense. With I know Ed's in charge of, recruiting, but he's working one-on-one with these D linemen. Right, he's gonna have a mean and nasty come time for play. Wait,
I got Daniel must be in my ear. Is he saying that I'm wrong, that Deuce Gerald did not come from a European Professional Football League and that he's a true freshman? Is that true?
Yeah, no, that's true.
Not Lane Kiffin. What a true freshman? Hal says, Zombie, what do you think about the new ruling that came out today about 5 with 5? Is that true? So you got 5 years to play 5?
Yeah, they're talking about it, no more red shirts, and no matter what happens, you just get 5 years. You're not going to have these guys 9-10 years in college playing ball. They've been trying to get something with that done.
But then who's
Scotlandville is Europe. Chance.
Is European. You need a passport to get into Scotlandville, don't you? I think that you do. Who's enforcing the 5x5? Is it the NCAA? Is that ruling coming from the NCAA? Is it coming from Ted Cruz and Congress rather? Like, who's proposing the 5 years to play 5?
Actually, from what I heard, that was something that the NCAA was looking into, and it's in that thing with the Senate and Congress and all of that crap.
Okay. Chip at Vision says to get into Scotlandville, it is European. You don't need a passport, but a valid 60 years and older Louisiana State fishing license will get you in. So that's good to. So then Hal says it basically means LSU's whole European team for next year will be able to play. So 5 to play.
Yeah.
5. So it'll be good. I mean, as long as there's consistency, like if it's 5 to play 5, more power to you. But, like we're going to go back to Ole Miss's quarterback who's on year 6, got an injunction for it. I mean, we've heard of guys that have played 7 and 8 years because of COVID and this red shirt and that red shirt. And...
What, the tight end from Miami this year or last year?
Yeah.
He was in his 8th or 9th year.
Right.
Right. 4 ACL tears, the COVID crap, all of that stuff. Right. I mean, you just got to admit time to move on and be done with it.
But Carson Beck had said, he hadn't been in class in 2 years. His year at Miami, his last year at Georgia. So, like, what are you doing? Like, aren't you supposed to be working on a graduate program? Like, how can you be a college athlete and not go to college? Yeah, if you're not taking any classes?
It makes no sense. And then the ones that they do take, 90% of them are online.
Right. Right.
So it's not like back in the day when we were in school, you actually had, football, basketball, baseball players in class with you sitting, doing the lessons just like you are.
Right. Right. Well, right. Joe Burrow took online classes. He wasn't on campus. And Livy Dunn, because of her social media presence, like she physically couldn't go to class. So like that, that makes sense.
Yeah. But, that would have been a mob scene with her trying to go to class.
Right. So Chance says, so how can you play 5 years now? How will records be capped? Pistol Pete played 3 years and kids can play 5 now. Well, it was a year or two ago, his record came somebody came within reach of Pistol Pete's, but then like they
very
didn't go
close
far in the tournament or something like that. But
yeah, had they won that round and went to the next game, I think he would have broke the record. It was something like that, but they got knocked out early.
Right.
They're just going to have to, I hate to say this because I hate saying put an asterisk on it, but don't put an asterisk on it. Separate it into two different categories.
Right.
5 for 5. And think about it too. Pistol Pete, when he played, you could not play varsity as a freshman.
Right. And there was no.
You had to play on it. Exactly. You had to play on a junior varsity league, on a junior varsity team. So just think if you'd have had 4 full years at LSU. And then, like you said, no 3-point line. Somebody said that they went back and charted all of his shots.
Right.
And it was ridiculous. The technically what he would have scored if the 3-point line was in effect back then.
Right. No, it's crazy. I mean, he was crazy, insanely talented.
I remember seeing him in the Superdome with the Jazz.
Yeah. From the upper decks, the $1 seats in the terrace. Right?
Yeah.
Back in the day. So, yeah, I was just looking at a Tiger dropping post about Eastern Royal.
That is House at 56 points a game. Pete would have averaged. Kent Lowe went back and checked every shot and compared it to what he would have scored with 3-point line in the game. He would have averaged 56 points a game.
Chance is saying Hal don't know shit and that it's 67 points a game.
No, I think it was in the 50s. I do remember hearing the 50s.
Man, Chance is like talking smack and then
and then Chance lies to us intentionally too once in a while, so to throw us off.
Right. That's too funny.
And you go, Dale had Ken do it. That's right, Hal.
That is funny.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, that's insane.
No, I was trying to remember. We don't remember. Oh my God, what's that clip? You know that viral clip?
Agreed, chat.
There's this African American woman being interviewed by this little podcaster girl, and she's like, "Okay, well, we're here to meet with you today, and we're so excited about you, getting to know you and all, and like, you're a musician." And the woman says, "Musician? The fuck you talking about? I ain't no musician. What does that mean? Like do magic or something?" And then the little podcaster girl is like, "No, I think you're misunderstanding what I said. I said that you're a musician." She's like, "No, girl, I don't. Like I make music." And the podcaster girl, "You've never seen this clip, G-Moose?"
No.
And then the podcaster girl goes, No, I think that you're misunderstanding what I'm saying. Think. I mean, what's that? That's ghetto. I don't think. I know. Like whatever. So then, all of that to say, Chance says, "Nah, I was trying to remember. Remember? What's that? That's ghetto. We don't do that. We just spit out facts and present them as facts, even if they're not facts. Because why? At the cool sounds of WTGT, we always control the narrative." Now, Chance does say he does know that Carlos Carlson had 5 touchdowns against Rice in 1977.
I wanted to send. I have to find a picture. My buddy, I used to own a sports card shop, and I got a friend of mine who's a big time LSU collector.
Uh-huh.
And he sent me a picture yesterday, and I don't know why, but I deleted the text, so I'm getting to send it back. It was a maybe 1951 game program with Rice on the cover.
Oh, really?
I said, I got to get this and send this to Zombie. I said, I know that was way before his time, but still,
right.
Man.
I told you I reached out to the Kansas City Chiefs, right?
Yeah.
I hadn't heard back from them. I'm like, I'm trying to get in touch with Carlos Carlson. I'm like, go scratch. What do we look like? The daycare center over here? All right, so wait, what's going on with Michigan's basketball coach, Dusty May?
He
Like,
took the Mavericks head coaching job. He was one and done with the Natty and gone.
But then wasn't he in trouble? Is that why he jumped to the NBA? I thought I saw something like,
Well, I mean, it is Michigan and Ward Manuel's in charge up there, so
Brother
it's
Martin.
quite possible.
Brother Martin alumnus. Actually, alumni of the year a couple years back.
A friend of mine's son pitches for Brother Martin right now. Really good pitcher. Chance Pecoraro.
Okay.
Kid's lights out, man.
Yeah. And then they lost the championship to Catholic, right? They came second?
Yeah.
All right, so then what's going on in the world of LSU baseball?
Not much really going on. They haven't no additions to the portal or nothing like that in the last day or two.
Mm-hmm.
Kid Braxton Beatty did pull his name out the draft. He's one of the top left-handed pitchers in the country coming out of high school, and he committed to LSU a while back, but he pulled his name out the draft this week or the end of last week, whatever it was.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do a show one night where it's just nothing but the chat. Like that they're just talking.
Yeah, let them ask questions and talk and.
Yeah. Well, Hal's saying that LSU should go after some of those Michigan players since their transfer portal opens up soon. Chance went up and did some research. Said Dale Brown said that it would have been 57 points a game for Pistol Pete.
Yeah, it said Dale Brown, but you can bet Dale didn't sit there and chart every single shot. He had Kent Lowe do it. You can bank on that. Dale did not do that.
Well, that's what Hal is saying. I will ask Kent next time I see him. So
there you go.
No, that's all good. All right, so then the Saints wrapped up. Are they still going on OTAs?
No, they finished.
Mandatory minicamp. Did they finish that as well? Michigan State and Michigan are heavy CIA hubs. Big recruitment up there. I don't know the status of the Saints on there.
See. Yeah, they did wrap up on the 16th and 17th.
Right.
These were the mandatory sessions.
All right, but again, what are they doing with Alvin Kamara? He's there, but he didn't really participate. Are they playing him? They're not playing him. They're keeping him. They're not keeping him.
I mean, I think you got to keep him at this point.
I would think, but are you going to rework his contract? Are you looking for him to take a pay cut?
Well, I think we're okay cap wise. I don't think you have to rework the contract.
Right.
Cam
you're right. They're below it.
Cam took a friendly deal.
Did that number ever come out?
Yes, it's like 7.8 or 7.9 million. With incentives, it could be over 11 million.
Okay.
So it's a heavily incentive-laden contract.
Right.
Which is good. I mean, it just wouldn't have been right because especially in this day and age, you don't see a player play 10, 15, 16 years on one team anymore. Those days are long gone.
Right.
And it just, like I said, it just wouldn't have looked right. And I could just see Matt Ryan sneaking in and signing to the Falcons on a 1-year deal just to try to put it to us.
Well, thankfully, everybody came to their senses. So there's some breakups, but then like Demario Davis left. Taysom Hill hasn't said anything, but he's going to announce a retirement. He's not going to go. Yeah, he sold his house in Old Metairie, and all of that. So like he's done. So there's like a partial changing of the guard, but not a complete changing of the guard. I would think this is certainly your last year to see Cam Jordan and Alvin Kamara, if indeed, he starts the season with the Saints, or finishes the season with the Saints.
And what was it? Mark Ingram and was it Teron Armstead got inducted into the Saints Hall of Fame.
Right.
That was pretty cool to see.
Oh yeah. And look, AK is saying the right things. He's like, look, I was a part of a duo with Mark Ingram, with Latavius Murray or whatever his name was. And
it's better because you don't have the wear and tear on that one player every game.
Right.
Right. And Chip at Visions puts, all I see are Saints pics of that wrestler's son. He's talking about Rex Steiner.
Right.
Big Papa Pump's son. The kid is an animal. I watched him in a bunch of games. He played for was it Jacksonville State?
Uh-huh.
And he's fast as can be, man. He's a little wide receiver, but he's quick as lightning. Uh-huh. He's got to be one of the fastest guys on the team. I would say.
Wow. Uh-huh. So Chip at Vision says, for a while there, I got my haircut in Metairie where Taysom got his. He's not as big as you think, the way he runs over people. I don't know how big he is.
A lot of them guys aren't that big. Like I had knee surgery years back. Well, one of 8 knee surgeries, and the first one I had, I was in rehab in Metairie, and actually Dr. Finney did my surgery. He was the Saints team orthopedist, and he came in before the surgery. He goes, "We running a little bit late." I was like, "Why?" He goes, "Well," he goes, "We had a big surgery coming up. We had to squeeze him in before you because mine was at like 6:30." And he's like, "We had to squeeze him in before you." He goes, "You might have heard of him, Deuce McAllister." And that's when Deuce had torn his ACL against the Eagles. Remember that? Jumping up with that pass. But I used to go to therapy after that surgery, and Steve Gleason was in the therapy sessions with me. And he was freaking tiny, man. I mean, he was probably about 5'9", and I don't think he could have weighed 200 pounds. There's no way.
That's crazy. He had to have weighed 200.
He
201
was small.
soaking wet.
I was a lot bigger back then too, so I don't know, man. Everybody was small compared to me.
All right. Well, Julie's favorite story about a former Saints player is Willie Roaf. So in her previous life, the company her ex-husband worked for had a suite in the Superdome. So on Sundays, she'd go and work the room, and he's doing his thing. But she has a picture of Willie Roaf, and I mean, she looks like 4 foot tall, 98 pounds compared to big old giant mountain man Willie Roaf.
Pigeon Toe. I used to manage a theater in Kenner.
Uh-huh.
The United Artists right there on West Esplanade.
Yeah.
And Willie lived in Chateau at the time. That was before all them bigger, fancier subdivisions were built.
Uh-huh.
And he used to come to the theater all the time. Well, he asked to speak to the manager, and this guy's making millions a year, He's like, "Hey, bro," he goes, "You can get me and some of my friends into the movies for free?"
Oh.
I look at him and was like, "Willie, come on, man." He goes, "Bro," he goes, "I promise you tickets to any game you want." So every time he came in free, that Friday night I got into work, there was an envelope in the box office with my name on it for tickets for Sunday's games. Okay. I became good friends with him, with Winfred Tubbs, linebacker from Texas, Don Davis, a couple other people.
Right.
And Willie was a trip, man. Oh my God. I could tell stories, but not on him.
Yeah. Chip and Vision, show the x-rays. Is it true that Chip's having surgery tomorrow?
Y'all should have said something. We could go live stream it.
I thought about that. I'm going fishing, so I'm going to be out on the water. All right, so G-Moose, what's your favorite fish to fish?
Man, it's got to be redfish. Just the fight. It doesn't matter how big that fish is. Them redfish put up a fight, man.
Right. Right.
And then followed next by bass.
Oh, really? I've not done bass fishing.
Man, I bass fished for about 15 years straight, and I would fish like almost every day.
Oh, really?
I'd stop on my way home from work at City Park, right there by the LSU Dental School.
Yeah.
And I'd fish in that little right there in front and Bayou St. John all the time. And in New Orleans East, where the Swagman's was on Bullard.
Gentilly. Oh, in Bullard, way out there.
Yeah, and they had that big lake right behind it, between that and Eastover. And Pat Swilling used to call the police on us all. He lived in that big white house right on the lake, and he'd always call the police on us for fishing there. And the cops would come out. I said, it's not private property. I said, on the other side of the lake it is. I said, but it's not private property here.
Right.
Well, we had a phone call. I said, no, I saw him out in the backyard. Then he grabbed his phone and, started calling. He used to call on us all the time.
That's funny.
They were usually cool with it, though.
Yeah. I used to go fishing with my stepdad all the time. Back in the day, he had a boat, and it was speckled trout and redfish. Yeah, sometimes some drum, but speckled trout and redfish, my favorite thing. I don't like fishing out in the Gulf. The few times that I did it, G-Moose, honestly, like, I got something. Yeah, it's just the weight that you have on there to get it down that deep. It was never, I know guys go crazy for the red snapper and all that. Just,
You ever went wade fishing in Grand Isle?
No, I did it when we lived on Long Island with some friends.
Man, we had so much fun doing that. It was ridiculous. It really was.
Right. Yeah, no, I love the speckled trout and the redfish. And the charter boat guy that we go with is such he's excellent, but then like such a quality guy. I used to go out of Lafitte with a charter boat company. This is before Ida. And they didn't give a shit about the fishing conditions. They're like, oh, it's going to be a beautiful day. I'm like, yeah, how many fish are we going to catch today? Oh, it's going to be a beautiful day. Wear your sunscreen. I'm like, how's the wind, the weather, like all that. And then you'd push off. The last time I did it with them down there, we pushed off from the dock. And as soon as we pushed off, the guy that was leading us, he's like, we're not catching anything today. He said, it's too windy. And when I tell you we didn't even have a nibble that day, I'm like, done. So then I was going to, this is back when I had my trucking company. So I was going to take my guys out fishing. And it wasn't that time, but it was this time that I broke up with the guy down in Lafitte. I said, hey, we just like this. We just had that little storm that came in last week, whatever it was. So I'm like, how's the fishing conditions? Oh, we're fine. And I'm like, how are the fishing conditions? And like, the weather's going to be great. I'm like, no. So I found this guy, Captain Drake, just in the phone book, just Googled, and I called him up. I'm like, dude, we've never talked. I've never, hired you before. I've never gone fishing with you before. Just answer me this question. Like, what's the scenario here? And if I was supposed to go with my guys on a Friday, Captain Drake said to me, he's like, I'm not going out until next Tuesday. And when I go, I'm going by myself, to see what the fishing conditions are like before I take any customers with me. So if the weather changes or something and Captain Drake's like, we're not going because I'm not wasting your time and your money. And there was one time, and this is like 4 years ago, G-Moose, we went fishing. It was Julie and I and Angry Capri, actually. And we caught about 15 fish, but not great. And Captain Drake was like, I don't feel comfortable charging you. I'm like, what? And he's like, well, you caught, 15 fish. I said, we caught 15 fish but amongst the three of us. He's like, that's like the bare minimum that I'm comfortable with you, taking home. I'm like, dude, I appreciate you. We're good. And a couple of weeks went by and he called me up and he's like, no, like you pay, tip me to pay for the bait and the fuel. But, he's like, I don't feel right about it. So then my stepdad, Jerry, and I went that October. G-Moose, I caught the 5 biggest fucking redfish I've ever caught in my life. I'll flip you those pictures. These fish were so big that my stepdad and Captain Drake were like, you're not keeping that fish. I'm like, it's the biggest fucking redfish I've ever caught in my life. And they're like, it's too important to the ecosystem. It's got to go back and spawn. Like, take your fucking picture, throw your fucking fish back in the water. And I'm like, it's the biggest fucking redfish I've ever caught in my life, but
it hurts, man. It hurts bad when you're like that. Just like me with hunting. My daughter used to come with me all the time until she got interested in boys and stuff. And then, Dad got kicked to the curb.
Sure.
We was out opening day. We were sitting out in the deer stand, and it's bow season, October 1st. And we just sitting out there, all of a sudden, you hear something coming through the brush. And I said, point it over there. And all of a sudden, this big giant doe stuck her head out. And her eyes got this big. She's like, Daddy, you gotta shoot it. I was like, no, you gotta wait a couple minutes. She's like, why? I said, you'll see. Well, about 3 minutes after she stepped out, triplets came walking out, babies. They were only a couple months old. And she saw that. She's like, you didn't shoot him because you knew she was a mama? I said, I didn't know. I said, but it's that time of year. Babies are only like 4 or 5 months old. I said, they'd never survive on their own without their mama.
Right.
I said, so you always got to wait and see. And then she started crying because she wanted me to shoot it, and I'm like, no, like you got to wait. And just like you said with the fishing, man, biggest fish you ever caught, and you got to throw it back.
Right. Right. We did one time with Captain Drake, Julie and her daughter and I went, and it was like October, November. It must have been like November, December, because it was cold, or at least chilly. And he's like, all right, like you got to be here even earlier than normal because we got to beat the other guy to the spot. And G Moose, he took us out, and we got to a spot we didn't even move, man. If the three of us cast, the speckled trout hit it immediately. Two of us would the cork would hit the water and go under. And then as we're reeling in those fish, the third one would go. And Captain Drake's in the back. I mean, we had fish all over the bottom of the boat, and he's just putting new bait on it, shrimp. And we get boom. I mean, we limited it out and like no time whatsoever with the speckled trout. And we caught a few redfish, but the speckled trout was so much fun that day. So much fun.
Yeah, fishing. Honestly, I'm the type where I'm happy just to be out there. If I catch something, that's a bonus. If not, you're away from everything and everybody and stuff like that. Just being out in in a boat or sitting on a chair fishing, or even if you're out in the woods, you don't see a damn deer or nothing. It's just nice to be outside enjoying.
Right. He's moved. Captain Drake, I think it's called Victory Bay Charters. He's a great guy. It's on Pontchartrain Drive in Slidell.
Okay.
So I don't know why he moved from the other location. It's 33 minutes from me. So it's got to be somewhere right around there.
It's about probably like 6 or 7 minutes from me.
Yeah. Is Pontchartrain Drive Old Spanish Trail? No.
Pontchartrain turns into Front Street. So if you get off the interstate at the Pearl River exit and come towards Slidell, you know what I'm talking about? I think it's exit 8.
If I'm getting off at 11?
Yeah. It's Highway 11. That's Front Street. And Front Street turns into Pontchartrain, which turns into Highway 11.
Huh. Oh, there's 10. Interesting. Oh, well, no, he's on a totally different spot. He's over by Eden Niles, right?
Yeah.
Huh. He's been at the other place for years. Well, I texted him. I said, yeah, my stepdad wants to know what time you want it. So he said, why? What difference does it make? He's going to be there at 3 o'clock in the morning anyway.
Man, I wanted to tell you too. Your Purple Rain video was really good.
Oh, you liked it?
Yeah, it was good.
Honestly, G Moose, I don't watch most of that stuff, man. Like I got a lady that takes care of my social media for me, Andy, and not superstitious, but just like I don't need to watch it because I don't want to ask any stupid questions. Like she's on the payroll. She's that's her department. Things are good. Like we're really cooking right now. So
Yeah, it
Actually,
was good.
Thursday night it's going to be Chip and Daniel. I think. I don't know. I don't know who's Thursday night. Is Chip going to be available for Thursday night if he's having the surgery tomorrow? But I think we're going to go down to the quarter and we're going to go bar hopping during the soccer game. So like 20 minutes per bar, and then
that's
check
going to
in
be
from each.
insane.
Yeah, because everybody's going to be crowded. So I just figured it was easier to start. You know where the Black Penny is on? Yeah. So the Black Penny, I don't think the Black Penny has. I don't think they have TVs in there, man. And but a block in on the same street is the Schooner Saloon. They have some. So I think we're going to start there. You ever heard of the Upper Quarter Bar from Bienville? Neither have I, but I'm going Thursday night. Upper Quarter Dive Bar. So I'm like, okay, well, let's go check it out. So we're just going to run around, like not up and down Bourbon so much, but just, off the beaten path a little bit. And like I said, 20 minutes per bar, and just, check it out, have fun. Like, you got to lean into it. Everybody's watching it anyway.
Yeah, most definitely.
The good doctor is with us tonight. He says LSU is partnering with Tulane. LSU owns charity, but then Tulane announced that they're going to fix up Charity Hospital as a
research center.
Right. So, but
it's been closed 20 years, 21 years.
Yeah, and like you can go on well, I mean, you can do anything on YouTube, but if you go on the deep web on YouTube, they're like homemade, break into Charity Hospital and go exploring, like down in the fucking basement and like surgical wards, and it's all full of water and shit. And yeah. Like, go fucking film a movie in there before they clean it up and tear it and whatever the hell they do into it. So, but yeah, whoever does it, it's nice to have it back in use. But we were in Mid City today or this afternoon. Mercy Hospital used to be right there at the foot of Bienville and what's now Norman C. Francis. That's tagged up and abandoned and been empty for all that time.
It's crazy, like all these hospitals. Like, I was born in St. Claude General.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's like all of that stuff is gone. It's like nothing.
Yeah. Well, I was born at the old Hotel Dieu Hospital, the first one, not the second
wow.
one. Yeah. So, but yeah, so, so I'll have some pictures for you tomorrow. Hopefully we'll catch lots of that. So then, like I said, Julie's like, all right, what time are we leaving? And I'm like, we got to be there early. I bet, because you can, you go fishing with your stepdad and, he's there 30 minutes early. The captain's waiting for you. And I'm like, y'all told me 5. And they're both like, well, 5 was a suggestion. You're late. And like, well, if you want me here at 4:30, fucking tell me 4:30. Don't tell me 5 and yell at me because I'm not there 30 minutes early. So I'll be born in a hospital to no mother. I did have a mother back then.
ZBD ham.
Exactly. There we go. G-Moose knows. Yeah, Daniel,
and no Daniel Burners again tonight at here, man.
No Daniel Burners. Yeah, surprising. So he's all good. I don't know what he had going on with the kids tonight or anything like that. So but it's good. So yeah. And then what are y'all doing for the 4th? Anybody have plans? Like, we were gonna go to Vero Beach, Florida. Julie's daughter is doing some travel nursing out there, a travel nursing gig. But then how it was set up and what we needed to do, like, Julie's like, I'm not going for that long. I need to work. And so, yeah, now I don't know. But I met with the guy today, G-Moose. New Orleans Hot Dog Safari is it's a charitable organization, and they do different things throughout the year. They started in Massachusetts. There's one down here, then one's popping up in Austin and Nashville, and I think somewhere in Florida. And they just do different things, hot dog vendors and stuff through the course of the year. And then the money they raise, they use toward food banks in the local communities and stuff. So met with the guy today. On 4th of July, there is a hot dog eating contest at Carrollton Station on Willow, right off of Carrollton Avenue and all. So
they used to have a real good hot dog place out here in Slidell. It was in an old gas station.
Oh yeah,
on Fremont and Front Street.
Okay,
but it was a big Cubs hangout because the owners were huge Cubs fans. And they wound up losing the lease. Well, they lost the lease in the end, and then they had to go into a big lawsuit because they put all kind of like expensive equipment in there that the owner said, "Oh no, it's got to stay," because he was letting his buddies lease it for a pizza place, and he wanted to keep it. It was like some kind of special fire prevention, and they're like, "No, man, we got about $40,000 in that equipment." What it's supposed to be, they bought a place in Covington, and they're supposed to be reopening up there, but they had to go through. They've been through so much. It's been a couple years. But they actually started construction. They bought the building and everything, and they started. I'm gonna have to find it. I can't remember it, but I'll send it to you and let you know when that'd be a good place to go. I know how you like the hot dogs and that. Yeah. But they had some killer hot dogs, man. They really real cool atmosphere too.
Yeah. So the hot dog safari guy, he's having a cook-off. He's having the hot dog eating contest on the 4th of July, but then on July 18th at Birdie's behind the Bower on Lower Magazine, like a 18 hot dog cook-off, with a jazz band and a DJ and, food and drink and, of course, the hot dogs. And then you go and sample them and vote on the winner and all that. Like I said, it's a charitable organization. All the money goes to local food banks or that kind of thing. So really cool about that. And so like all that kind of shit's just like hopping. It's like, you know what we do? And also, I don't mean this to have this turn into the New Orleans Day Drinking Club hour. We had a guy on Instagram. He runs the NOLA Dive Bar Bathrooms account, right? So he's not really on social media. It's just he'll go to different bars and document what the bathroom looks like. Mostly like graffiti and the stickers and all that kind of stuff and all. Not like shit stains in the toilet or anything like that. But a really cool guy. We met with him last Thursday night. So we're going to do he had reached out to me, G Moose, and he's like, "Hey, this is what I'm thinking about doing. Like, let's do a collaboration. Let's do a streetcar dive bar stroll." And I'm like, "Dude, I did this 2 years ago for my birthday. We're going to start at Carrollton Station. We're going up to Cooter Brown's. Now this one I didn't do before. The Kingpin on Lyons right off of Britannia. G Moose, I had never fucking heard of it. Like a month or so, 2 months ago, we went and I had never even heard of it. Did I tell you this? And Cooper Manning was at the bar. Jeff Duncan was at the bar. Kat Terrell was there with Jeff Duncan. Like, and they had a pop-up, not really a pop-up, but they had a cover band. Clockwork Elvis. So they were dressed up like Clockwork Orange guys, but they were an Elvis Presley cover band. They had people set up like it was Jazz Fest, like on the neutral ground, like in the curb kind of street. They had to have 150, 200 people there for this concert. And never heard of it, G Moose. So then we're inside and we had a couple of high tops that we were at. And we're just vibing. Like the concert hadn't started yet, but we're just vibing. And I'm like, pretty sure that's fucking Cooper Manning right there, right? And a lot more slender than I would have anticipated. I mean, I realized he was a wide receiver, but he's not a very broad guy.
No,
I'm thinking, are you sure that that's him? Like I'm saying to myself, G Moose, like he bent his neck down, like to sign the tab or whatever, and you can see the scar from the surgery. And I'm like, fucking Cooper Manning. So then Jeff Duncan comes in and bellies up to the bar. And I've seen Jeff and interacted with him before. He's a shorter guy. He's not that tall, whatever. So I'm like, don't bother. I didn't bother Cooper Manning. I'm like, don't bother Jeff Duncan. So then I went outside during intermission of the band. So the band was really cool. They played for an hour, took a break. So I go outside, I'm looking around, doing my thing. Well, there's Jeff Duncan sitting next to this woman on the back end of the neutral ground, right? And Jeff Duncan had done an article 20 years ago. And there was this guy that lived up in New York on Long Island, and he was on saintsreport.com. And his name was Hammer and Nails because he was a carpenter. But he had come down and helped post-Katrina rebuild things and, stuff like that. Well, I met that guy, Hammer and Nails, at the Saints-Giants game in New York on Christmas Eve, 2006, right? Well, then, within a year of meeting the guy, I don't know how he died, but, got sick, died out of the blue, young guy, and Jeff Duncan went on the saintsreport.com and said, hey guys, I want to do an article on Hammer and Nails. Does anybody have any stories? So I raised my hand, I reach out to Jeff. So then I'm like, I didn't want to disturb him at Kingpin. Right. But I also hey, and so I went up to him like, sir, I hate to bother you. Please excuse the interruption and, and all that in your personal time. But you wrote a story 20 years ago on Hammer and Nails. And I mean, G moves instant. He's like, oh my God, I did. I'm like, you had actually reached out to the community, and I reached out, and he actually misspelled my last name, which is shocking. It's very hard to do, but he did in the article. And I didn't tell him that part. I just hey, I saw you, just wanted to say hello, and wow, 20 years. So then he said, oh, well, yeah, this is Kat Terrell right here. I'm like, oh, hey, how you doing, babes? Big fan of your work as well. Oh, and all that. But so I just got such a kick out of never been to that bar, never heard of that bar, right? Wow. So then I talked to my son, a few days after that. He's in Seattle. And he pretty much said, hey, Dad, even at your age, it's pretty cool that you're still discovering parts of New Orleans, right? I'm like, okay, well, I get you. And I tell the story a week later to my daughter. She's like, oh, yeah, I've been there. I'm like, fucking bitch. Oh, I'm so much cooler than my dad. I've been there. I'm like, oh, my God. Of course you have, my love. It's too fucking funny. So.
That sounds like my daughter.
Yeah. Oh, G-Moose, my daughter, if she finds out that she's done something in New Orleans or experienced something in New Orleans that I've never done, she does this little victory dance. And it's we were eating sushi on a Sunday night. She was still at Tulane, so this is a few years ago, 3-4 years ago. And I'm looking at her, and I'm like, you have glitter in your hair? And she said, oh, I went to Chewbacca's last night in the marinade. And I'm like, oh, at that point, I had not ever been to Chewbacca's. And so I told her that, and she's like, so she's got the sushi dance, Dad's paying for dinner, and I did something cool in New Orleans that Dad's never done. So she's doing her dance. I'm like, whatever, girl, whatever. But daughters, what you gonna do?
Yeah, not for the easy, man. Not for the faint of heart. That's for sure.
Yeah, you're not joking about that, man. You're not joking about that in the least. So, all right. So, G-Moose, we're almost at the 60-minute mark. I'm getting up at probably 3:50 in the morning to get everything loaded up and out here. My truck is noisy. When you start it up, it's that whole. So I guarantee you, we're going to get a text message. Oh, everything all right? Why are you leaving so early in the morning? It's oh, gone fishing, babes, gone fishing. I'm pretty sure we're going to get a text message from a neighbor, asking about, oh, everything good? Yeah. My truck's loud. It's not that loud. It's not waking you up, but,
What kind of truck you got?
I got a 2016 Chevy Silverado. G-Moose, with the whole divorce thing, I was like, I had a Tundra. I had a 1794 edition Tundra. I fucking loved that truck. And I bought it used, and I had like 144,000 miles on it. So like nothing bad, and it didn't need anything. But I'm like, I don't know what things are going to look like on the other side of this whole, separation, divorce, type things. And I had even said to her, I'm like, don't serve me yet. Like, I had more trucks than I had drivers. So I'm like, let me sell, like, literally, that was an issue. And I'm like, let me sell some of my trucks, pay off some bills. Like, it'll be better for you. It's better for me. It's community property. She said, not fucking happening. And so I'm like, before I got the papers, I'm like, we always had Honda Pilots, with the kids growing up and this and that and the other. And the last Honda that we had, I sold it to one of my drivers, who's like one of my very, very good friends now. And it has like 250,000 miles on it. He still he doesn't still have it, but he had it up until like 24, 25. Damn. He still had it. It was a 2011. And I'm like, let me just get a freaking Honda Pilot. And, it'll last me for 200 something thousand miles, and I'll be settled on the other side. But then when my son moved to Seattle, he did this one of these like, oh yeah, I'm not taking my Subaru with me. So the fuck am I doing with the Subaru? And he's like, well, just hang on to it. I'm like, so I have to pay the note and the insurance and the upkeep until you're ready for it? Well, in a few years when we decide to get married and have kids. So I get to hang on to it down here and insure it and maintain it and, pay for it. Well, and I'm like, not a shot, so when we renovated here at Julie's, when I moved in, or so that I could move in, my contractor's like, what you doing with that Subaru? And I'm like, nothing. He's like, I need it for my parents. And I'm like, and I had seen his pickup truck. So I'm like, I'll trade you a title for a title. So we worked it out. So I paid off the Subaru, and then he had the title cleared to this. So it's a 2016. It's got a bunch of miles on it. It's like 265. But I mean, just to kick around and offshore. I mean, like when you need a truck, it's great to have a truck. When you don't have a truck, you're like, fuck.
You need a truck.
Yeah. So I have a 2016. But he had it all jacked up with the loud. I don't even know. I'm not a mechanic. I'm not a mechanical guy. But like the.
He probably got like dual exhaust and everything.
Yeah, like all that kind of stuff. I mean, it's cool, but I can't hear shit. I mean, unless you're like talking to me in the cab of that truck, if we're going down the street, can't hear anything. Yeah, I'm like.
I got the baby Duramax. I got I got a 2021 GMC Denali pickup.
Oh, nice.
It's got the 3.0 diesel. Man, I get 31 miles to the gallon on the highway in that thing. And it's a full-size truck. It ain't no little mini truck or nothing, man. And talk about towing.
Yeah.
It's got a 13,000-pound towing capacity. And I mean, it kicks. I was looking at some things yesterday, and it outperforms the 6.6 gas engine in towing.
Uh-huh.
Because of the torque with the turbo. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And the gas mileage is so much better.
Right. That's awesome. So, no, I mean, I enjoy my truck. It's paid off. It's like whatever. I do miss my Tundra, though. I'd rather the Tundra.
Tundras were nice. The newer ones aren't as nice. They haven't starting to have some issues with them. Right. But, I mean, everything is. You're right, Chet. I agree, man. Diesel forever.
Right. You ain't wrong. So. All right, G Moose, I appreciate you. I'm going to put some shit together, and I'm going to catch some fish. The first red fish I pull in is for you.
Good luck for y'all tomorrow, man. I hope y'all catch a limit out.
Yeah, me too, man.
And throw some prayers out there for Brother Chip as he's undergoing surgery tomorrow, allegedly. Right. Maybe we'll get some X-rays shown, guys.
You need some like selfies or something. In the surgical ward. Whatever. So a lot going on tomorrow. Big fishing day, big operation day. So everybody that's in the Chip Head Vision says, great show, guys. I'm like, I don't know, man. And then allegedly surgery.
Hey, we talked a lot of sports.
We kind of beat around it, but it's summertime.
There's not a lot to talk about.
There's not a lot right now. So it's like it's a good thing that we're the comedy hour. Yeah, the
We had
variety
no
show.
action, no action from the recruiting visits this weekend. No,
Yeah.
you know, the one kid signed the receiver. That's a 3-star. We went over that. You know, the flip kid from Houston. We went over that.
Right. The fishing show, but Chip had visions allegedly. Chip allegedly tore his ACL. Allegedly having surgery. Allegedly is doing a lot of the lifting here.
That's right, Chance. Fishing is a sport. We
Right.
blow Bill Dance out the water with this show, man.
Right. Hashtag show the x-rays. And fishing is a sport. So anyway. All right, guys. We appreciate everybody. Thursday night. G Moose, I don't know, man. I'd say be on call.
I'm on standby if y'all need me.
Like
just
if
holler.
Daniel, well, I'm not gonna be here. I'm gonna be in the quarter drinking,
that's
watching
right.
World Cup. But yeah, I mean, I think it's Chip and Daniel, but I'm not so sure.
Yeah.
So I'll have to text Daniel. So, all right, G Moose, appreciate you as always.
No
Chance
problem.
and Chip and Hal, the good doctor, Queen Pizza was in early and then she bounced. But tens of tens, man. We appreciate you. We'll see you Thursday night. G Moose, gentleman and a scholar, man. Appreciate you.
Peace.
Peace. Boom.